So ADA's crashed over the last few hours, and this move to the downside was around 11%. And following on from my previous update, I mentioned how I was tracking a WX wave structure. And during that update, I was tracking the X wave, where I mentioned this X wave was made up of an internal WX wave structure, and then I set out the Y wave to sit within this region between 42.41 cents to 42.62 cents. And here you can see that we just about exceeded the maximum target, and we retested the 200 MA, and then we saw this push to the downside where we ended up reaching a local low at around 38.14 cents. And this crash, I think it's because of market makers just doing what market makers do. But I don't see this as anything to worry about personally. I do anticipate a reversal to take place at some point. And one thing that we do have to be slightly mindful of is this Y wave here, given that the Y wave would typically reach anywhere between 1 to 1.236 on the fib level. And very quickly, if I bring in the fib tool and bring this up to 42.74 cents, and what you can see is we ended up exceeding the typical target for the Y wave, and we ended up retracing towards the 1.6 level. And so it's possible that rather than having this WX structure play out, instead what we are forming is a 5-wave structure, where this move here would be the wave 1, this WX structure would form the wave 2, and then this crash that we've witnessed over the past few hours would form the wave 3, and we see a wave 4 and a wave 5 play out like so. And if it just happens that we have a 5-wave structure that's forming, if I zoom out so you can see the bigger picture, that would then mean that this Y wave here would also be made up of 5 waves. So it's possible that this move here to the downside formed the wave 1, and this formed the wave 2, and then this whole move to the downside formed the wave 3, and then this WX structure that we've been tracking over the past few days formed the wave 4, and ADA could then be within this 5th wave to the downside. So if I zoom in now, if it just happens that we have this 5-wave structure that's forming and ADA is within this 5th wave, this 5th wave would typically reach anywhere between 1.236 to 1.618 of the wave 4. So once again, if I bring in the fib tool and bring this up to the local top at 43.9 cents, ADA will have the potential to reach anywhere between 35.55 cents to 37.55 cents. And so it's possible that there is still a little bit more room to the downside where ADA could then tap into this range here. And so, yeah, there is still some further confirmation that's required to determine if whether or not we are bullish or bearish. As right now, I'm still tracking this WX wave structure, and I set out the price of ADA to tap into this range between 30 cents to 44 cents. And so, yeah, as it stands, everything seems normal despite this crash that we've witnessed over the past few hours. And I will be looking out for the Y wave to bottom out, and then we set a reversal to the upside that we are all waiting for. And it's worth noting that on the hourly chart, we are within the oversold conditions. And so I'm looking out for the bulls to regain control of the market. Whether or not that plays in line with this 4th wave playing out and we set a reversal, all the time will tell really. But nevertheless, I'm looking out for the bulls to regain control of the market. And zooming out and going on the 8-hour chart, you can see that the bears have had the momentum, and of course that is reflected on its price chart. And so yeah, it's possible that we have this 5-wave structure that's forming where we then bottom out, and then we see that reversal. And the same can be said on a daily chart where the bears currently have the momentum. And so, yeah, it could be a volatile week coming up, but this is personally, in my opinion, not something to stress about. Everything's playing out as I anticipated, and yeah, at some point I'm looking out for that reversal. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days and weeks to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.